Well, Haskins has been a force in this ball game. He has 11 points. And he just slapped it away from Maravich, but Atlanta keeps it. A minute 36 to go, second quarter.
Timeout has been called on the court. With the score, the Suns 60, the Hawks 49.
And time's called here at Veterans Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona. Our score, Phoenix Suns total 60, and the Atlanta Hawks have a total of 49. The Phoenix Suns huddled on the sideline. They lead in the ball game 60-49. We have a minute and 36 seconds left to play in the first half. High scorers so far for Atlanta: Hudson with 13, Maravich with 12. For Phoenix, Van Arsdale 16, Mel Couch has 10, and 8 of those points have come in this quarter. Here's Clem Haskins, who's been a dandy so far today. He's on Maravich, and they go into Davis, Lou Hudson, Bob Christian, and Bill Bridges. Atlanta's in the blue. Offensive foul against Bridges.
The interpretation of that is you have to establish, as Paul Silas did, your position within 3 feet of the man. If he charges into you, it's a charging foul.
Bridges with 3. Van Arsdale counts, fumbles, keeps it, shoots, misses. Walk trying for the rebound. Another loose ball foul. And it's called against Jim Davis of the Atlanta Hawks, his second personal. Jack, we must have had 8 or 9 loose ball fouls.
Neil Walk, 1 plus the penalty, 2 shots.
2 shots for Neil Walk.
Phoenix still out in front by 11, Keith, and we should mention that they have not had 1 point from their high scorer, Connie Hawkins, who's averaging 24.
Walk gets his second free throw. It's 61-49, an even dozen for Phoenix. A minute 10 to go, first half. Davis into Christian. Lou Hudson being checked by Haskins. Now Maravich. Feet missed it, and it's out of bounds. Phoenix. There have been 29 fouls called in this ball game so far. Van Arsdale and Silas. Over Hudson, Van Arsdale. 63-49, and Dick has 18 points. Walk on Christian. It's Bridges out in front. Davis and Lou Hudson. 63-51, 15 points for Lou Hudson. Van Arsdale 5 for 5 in this period. 10 seconds. Phoenix will try for the last shot at the basket as Van Arsdale goes in and over the top of Bob Christian, and it's an offensive foul on Van Arsdale, his first personal in the game. So we have 6 seconds to play, and the Hawks will get the last shot. Inbound to Davis, to Maravich, Haskins. And nobody scores in the last 16 seconds of the ball game, of the first half of the ball game. As we come to the end of the second quarter, we'll return with our halftime activities in just a moment. The Phoenix Suns lead the Atlanta Hawks at halftime by a score of 63-51. I tell you, Jack, the 10,000 or so people who have come to the Veterans Coliseum here in Phoenix today brought all the Christmas spirit with them. It's really alive.
And it's helping this Phoenix ball club. The spirit generated by the fans can't help but be impressive to the ball players.
Your observations off the first half. It's about what we expected, that Phoenix would run and would really take it hard to the boards.
I think we're seeing what Phoenix tried to do, they did, and as a result, they're out in front by 12. They've controlled the boards. They've taken advantage of Lou Hudson at that forward to have a rebounding advantage. In fact, they have forced Richie Guerin to move Hudson back to guard to try and keep pace with him on the board. So they've controlled the boards, and they've played smart basketball, and they've hit the shots.
Pete Maravich, of course, the most celebrated rookie to come into the NBA since anybody can remember, and certainly the highest priced rookie to come on the scene, has been effective enough. He's been checked very effectively, however, by Clem Haskins. Jack Twyman prepared a special feature On Pete Maravich, I think you'll enjoy some of the moves of Maravich and some of the comments of my colleague, Jack Twyman.
Pete Maravich brings to the NBA a great excitement, a great ability, and a great need to learn. Typical of all his qualities is a play in Phoenix. Here, number 10, Fred Taylor, knocks the ball away from Pete. His fast reflexes enable him to make a great recovery, but then he goes in and forces a shot and misses it. Yet, on another night, Pete will take the same impossible shot and make it. Here in San Francisco, Pete takes a long shot and misses, but it doesn't discourage him. A few moments later, we see him use teammate Jimmy Davis, number 24, to shake loose from Al Addles. He heads back for the exact same spot and fires again. This time, 2 points. Like all great scorers, Pete is hungry for the ball and hungry to shoot, but he's hitting a better and better percentage as the season progresses. In super slow motion, it seems that Pete has gone too far beyond the backboard to make this shot. Yet you'll notice Pete has learned to follow up his own shot, even though here it's good. Pete and his teammates are still learning to play with one another. Sometimes it's utter frustration, like here with Walter Bellamy. And other times, the result is a sensational play, as here with Jerry Chambers. Another lesson Pete's learning, cross-court passes are easy to intercept. He's also learning he doesn't own that basketball court. Fans thrill just to see Pete dribbling, changing from one hand to the other. It's a show all by itself coming down court. But his style can cause him trouble, especially in heavy traffic and against a 6-year pro like Wally Jones of Philadelphia right here. He has much to learn on defense, but his quick reaction and ability make up for many of his defensive errors. But the pure enjoyment for pro and fan alike is watching Pistol Pete shoot the basketball. It's a time for learning for Pete Maravich and his teammates. He's learning to play as a pro. They're learning his styles. And more of Pete's scoring comes on team play like this play we see here. A scene that will become increasingly familiar to fans of the NBA. Maravich of the Hawks scoring 2 points.
Pete Maravich had 12 points in the first half. He's standing at center court right now with Jack Twyman.
Pete, we talked at halftime of your first game as a pro, and now this is game number 35. What are you doing differently, if anything?
Well, differently, Jack, I believe that I've gotten into the lineup a lot more. I'm starting now, and the reason for this, I guess, we're moving the ball a lot better. We've improved our record from, I think we were about 7-22. Now we've got up to 12-23, which is not too good, except that we're only about two games behind Cincinnati in our division. So that's what we're looking forward to, and we just hope to just keep improving.
Pete, I made the point in the first half that you're figuring more into the Atlanta offense. You're the hub of the offense. Is this what you and Richie Guerin are trying to do, get you more into the offense?
Well, I think we just